what's up, my little Tattle Tells? Listen, welcome to Tattle Tells, the Body Language Guy edition. Listen, Will and Kate are getting their patooties handed to themselves in the Caribbean. They literally got fired on their first day on the job in Jamaica. They literally it's like showing up to renew your vows, and Jamaica said, we want a divorce right there. But I'm not talking about that. I want to do a special body language expert because you know the body language guy on YouTube, he's always decoding Megan. Megan just like calls, there you see a sociopathic rage going on, right? Harry looks to the side. Are you okay? She has him in a Singeli vice-like hold on his mind. He's been brainwashed. He always puts 20 on 10 whenever it comes. So I want to show you William and Kate, particularly Kate, is falling apart at the seams. And she might even, to quote the body language guy, have some sort of deep latent narcissistic, even sociopathic leanings. Don't believe me? Let's get into these pictures. But before we do, hit like and subscribe. All right, let's get into the body language guys' crack analysis. Okay, everyone, here is Exhibit A. At first, it looks like a nice picture, of course, from their disastrous state visit where they made complete a-holes out of themselves. But you are about to get a crash course in cryolity. And also, we're going to show how, according to the body language guy, Princess Kate should be falling apart at the seams. Now, really quick, let me explain. Truly is basically emotional asymmetry of the face. There's articles about it in Psychology Today. Someone you may be familiar with is this guy right here. Who's this guy, you might ask? This is literally Drew Peterson. If you didn't know, he was arrested for the disappearance of his ex-wife, Kathleen, right? And later convicted. Keep in mind that this guy taunted the same police department when allegations against him were made that he had something to do with the disappearance of his fourth wife, Stacey Callis Peterson, who was was recently convicted of conspiring in a murder for hire scheme. What does this have to do with the future queen, Kate? Well, take a close look at this picture, right? Now, here's the thing. When you cover up the left side of his face, right, you get what some people may claim as contempt, a sneer, arrogance, haughtiness. It can also be called narcissistic glee, something that, psychologists have seen time and time again with pathologically narcissistic people and psychopaths. What does it have to do with Will and Kate? Ooh, Will's getting nervous, but we're getting closer. Well, you're just 1 second away from the big reveal. Hang on with me, because look, when you cover up the right side of his face, exposing the left side, you see something much different. This is what's described as a cold stare, a predatory look, or a look of hatred, right? You see reptilian indifference, the kind psychologists have seen from social predators that says, you're nothing to me, right? Others see suppressed anger. All right, now, let's now look at the Cambridges. Let's start with Will, right? Will, in my opinion, is straight across the board. He just seems to be narcissistic and an all-across horrible person. The left matches the right. The curtains match the drapes. He's just useless but haughty, sneering, contempt. His whole face says it once. You are nothing to me. But let's look at his lovely wife, Catherine, because this is where the break is. Here is his lovely wife, Catherine, and look at that smile of glee on her face. She is dressed in, colonialism, antebellum cosplay, which seems odd when you're going to visit a country that is literally saying they are sick of your colonizer ways. They want apologies, they want reparations, and they are sensitive right now. And you choose to wear this. Interesting choice. That already calls into question her psychological being. But let's zoom in on this face a little bit more and see what is going on. Do you guys see that? Let's zoom out. Do you notice anything? Anything throwing you off? You should, because if we cover the left side of the face, we see happiness, pleasantness, diplomacy, what you would expect from a dignified official, the future queen. That beautiful painted on smile that she just can't seem to get off. However, If you look to the right, you see her true emotions. This is a narcissistic cold stare, a look of hatred, a predatory look, reptilian indifference. She is screaming, "You are nothing to me." Right here, Kate is showing her full feelings to the country of Jamaica, to her tour, to her country, to this country, and to everyone that is looking at this picture. Now, I know I'm being dramatic, but this is an ode to the body language guy. But you guys, we have to admit that there is something wrong here. Everybody talked about Meghan being too fragile. Everybody talked about this, but perhaps Duchess Kate, if she's outside of her bubble of people kissing her butt, she really doesn't know how to react or what to do. Let's take a closer look. Now, psychologists have speculated that the point of this is simply that the subconscious mind picks up on these behaviors, even if we consciously are not. If we can identify more precisely what it is we are seeing, it may give us insight as to why there is a lack of coordination in the emotion display. It's because of suppressed feelings or emotions, unresolved issues, irritability, emotional unstable personality, an attempt at perception management, attempted deception, or true sentiments such as anger, rage, that put us at risk. So when we see things like this is why it throws us off. Now, admittedly, this does not always point to that there is some type of personality disorder. It could be the example psychologists gave as if a victim of domestic violence sees their abuser arrested, one half of the face might show fear, the other one might show relief. However, right, it is important to point out that it's one more thing that can help us determine true emotions, feelings, and thoughts, right? And as Gavin D. Becker described in his book, The Gift of Fear, right, which is highly recommended, our limbic system is exquisitely sensing the world for us, picking up on nuance. How much better it is when we can more precisely identify specific clues that shout out to us that something is not right, something is amiss, there are issues here. In almost every circumstance, this can be very useful. You guys, I think we have gotten a true glimpse for once into the future Queen of England, the future colonizer in charge. And I hope you enjoyed this body language guy edition of Tattle Tells ya all about the royals. Next up, we'll get to more, but you guys, what do you think? Do you think this is something off? You gotta admit there is some type of striking difference. Again, this is all in good fun, but if people can sit there and watch the body language guy point to Meghan's smile lines as proof that she is a narcissistic social climber that was sent to take down the British monarchy, I think it's fair to say that we can see Kate's face acting like they've never met each other, sides of the face acting like they don't even know they're alive, as definite evidence by the body languages guy, own evidence that there's something wrong here. Listen, I guess the Jamaican tour broke Kate. All right, you guys, talk to you later.